77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Brilyn Hollyhand, and I would imagine, Brilyn, you agree, Rubio needs to be our next president after Donald Trump, and you must have loved what he said there.
Well, Sid, good morning to you. Happy Thursday.
You
Thanks
too.
for having me back, my friends. It's always fun to start the morning with you. You know, I'll definitely say I agree. I think that what a crazy novel concept to have a future presidential contender painting a picture of hope, not painting a doom and gloom message, not telling us that we should feel guilty for America, but coming behind the podium and off the cuff, just laying out this case for America and its 250th year that we should be grateful for the country we have. Everywhere my generation looks around, whether it's in the classroom, it's on social media and politics, we're told about how bad America is, how guilty we should feel for our past and our ancestors. And Marco just laid it out. Hey guys, like we should actually be proud. We have a lot to be proud of and we worked for it. We're not perfect. We've never claimed to be. I think that's a winning message. And I think that's certainly a message that would win in 28 because Gen Z wants hope. We just want some American exceptionalism back. And if President Trump ran on Make America Talk Again, Marco could run on Making America Proud Again.
You know, I've made the joke a couple of times on this show. It's a Greg Kelly favorite that the Iran war has hit the Nancy Guthrie stage, which is an unfortunate joke because God bless Nancy Guthrie, that poor, beautiful lady. She's been dead somewhere for a long time. But it got to the point where America stopped caring, unfortunately, for Savannah. They just did. And I think we're there with Iran. You know, I want us to win, and I'm all for what President Trump did. But, you know, you're into 2 months now. And every day they're looking at this proposal. We're looking at that proposal. We're extending this. We're not going to do this. We are going to do that. And I love President Trump. I adore him. Just yesterday I was telling Bruce Blakeman how great I am in a meeting they had in the Oval Office. So I don't criticize the president almost never, okay? But I believe America has had just about enough of the Iran conversation. So if I'm right, and America feels that way, kids like you in college, you really got to be over this. Yes or no?
Yeah. Oh, easily, yes. I think the reason we elected President Trump is because we wanted somebody we could trust and have certainty in. And there's been a little bit of uncertainty lately. And I'm not blaming it on the president. It's the situation in the Middle East. But it's about time to wrap things up and bring our boys home and, you know, make sure that we're not on the front lines of the proxy war. We're the front lines of a potential to be drafted to go to the Middle East. It's kind of like the limbo that our generation is in. Besides paying the high gas taxes, seeing the horrible pictures that are coming out of the Middle East that are like frightening on social media, there's also that fear of if something were to escalate, hey, we're the first ones to be sent over there. And that's not necessarily the best way to convince young people to also come out and vote for us in November. So I think if we clean this up, if we prove that we were able to wipe off the terrorists, we were able to bring freedom to the Middle East, we were able to bring down gas prices, we were able to make America energy independent, that's when the president can come to college campuses in the fall and say, I told you it would be short, it was short, we're out, and here's where prices are down. But he's got to do it quick. There's a window here where he has a few more weeks to finish all this up and bring those prices down, because at some point he's got to look to Gen Z and say, I told you costs would be easier than they were under Biden. Here's the proof of that. Because we can't do what Biden did. Biden said, you know, he dug his head in the sand and he said, what is inflation? What do you mean gas prices are high? You're crazy. It's all in your head. No, Sid. You know prices are high. Gen Z knows what they're seeing. They're not going to, not believe their lying eyes. They need a president to look at them and say, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Prices are high, but here's my plan to bring them down. And he actually has to do it. He has a laundry list of promises he's kept. Keep this one and it'll earn our votes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I have not arguments necessarily, but I have a lot of guests, that come on and say, he's going to win, we'll be fine. And I go, yeah, but when? No. It's not that easy. If he wins in August, it's too late. If he wins in July, it's too late. I understand every day now in this world is like 6 months. I get it. News changes all the time. But I can tell you, talking to Trump supporters like you're 19 years old, or my last guest, Joe Beningo, who's 72, they are losing patience, and they don't regain it overnight. So it's not as easy as Brian Kilmeade and others when we win. No. If we are going to win, and I'm not sure we have, but I believe President Trump, it needs to happen soon. You're right. There's a window on this. We cannot just wait and wait and wait till the president says, hey, we won. It will kill us in November.
Yeah. Right. And I think the big thought process here, the perspective our party should have, I've shared this, the president's team, Susan Wiles is aware of this, that we need to act like we're not entitled to the youth vote. We need to earn it. The Dems had a monopoly on my generation's vote for decades, basically from Bill Clinton until 2024. They owned the youth vote because they walked in and act like they were entitled to it every cycle. And that was their Achilles heel. That's the reason they lost it, because they didn't earn it. They walked in, they ignored us, they waved free things and emotions in front of our face and expected us to just fall in line. And by 2024, thankfully, we smelt the roses. We woke up. We finally said, those empty promises have never been fulfilled. The Dems have cheated us. They've lied to us. They've stolen from us. We're not going to trust them anymore. And we trusted President Trump. But in the midterms, the GOP has a chance to keep Gen Z in our Big Ten of a party for generations to come. We just can't walk in like we're entitled. We have to earn every single vote. And that means going to the campuses. That means the president does what I do, speaking on campuses and laying out that laundry list, earning it, not acting like we're entitled to. That's how that works, Sid.
And Brilyn, I guess, on a positive note for the president, he had a big night in Indiana a couple of nights ago. All those GOP incumbents, they all lost, and all of them, I think every single one of them was on the opposite side of the redistricting issue with President Trump. They all paid the price, so for what it's worth, all 5 people that President Trump endorsed in Indiana got the win. That doesn't necessarily mean, he also endorsed, for example, my guy in Jersey who got his ass kicked by Mikey Muhammad Sherrill, Jack Ciattarelli. So it doesn't mean that wherever he goes, President Trump, his people are going to win. But certainly a couple nights ago in Indiana, that was a great night for President Trump.
Was. And I love to see the black pillars on social media come and act like the president's endorsement is just meaningless at this point. And then he can flex his muscle on one night, wipe out, half the Indiana Senate and like these minor races, because they were important. People are calling this a purge. Sid, honestly, what it is accountability. We need more of it across the country. My generation has zero tolerance for rhinos. I've spoken to you about this before, but I've spent the past few months being on the campaign trail, making sure that in these primaries, we're kicking out rhinos across this country. Because honestly, this, Sid, better than anybody. With Republicans like we have, who needs Democrats? All we do week after week is fight our own side. Every time we try to make some accomplishment, who are the people stopping us? These so-called Republicans who really govern more like woke liberals. And so if we kick them out, these same handful of people that literally lost their jobs because they wanted to protect 2 Democrat House seats, I wish them the best of luck as they pack into retirement. And my message to any other rhinos listening to Sid Friends this morning, go ahead and pack your bags, or we're coming for you, because we have a proven track record, and I expect you to have a smooth, graceful exit before we kick you out.
Brilyn Hollyhand. That's why we love this kid, 19 years old, brilliant, does a great job on this show every week, does a Thursday thing at WABC as well, and is speaking to us live right now. Looks like $1 million. I can see him. You'll see these videos online later. He can't see me with my stupid Band-Aid in the middle of my head. I got hurt. It's a whole other story. But looking great with American flags behind him at Auburn University. As always, Brilyn Hollyhand. That's a great job, my friend. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, Sid. I appreciate you.
You too. God bless you, kid. I love that kid. Brilyn Hollyhand right there.
The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.